Hello guys, it's teacher Yolanda here for yet another session. This is session 6, and for this session we're going to need our English notebook, our student's book and workbook. So please go and get them. Let's open our student's book at page 97. At page 97 it says, read the magazine interview with a scientist and complete it with the questions from the box. So, we're going to use the words in the box. They are, what does it mean for the animals? Is that right? What can we do about this? So, let's check it. Interviewer. Some scientists think that the Arctic might be in danger. Now we want to confirm that. So that would be, is that right? Yes, it is. Most scientists think this. What might happen? Well, the climate is getting warmer and the ice may melt. The answer says, if the ice melt the animals, so we can infer that the correct question would be this one. What does it mean for the animals? If the ice melts, the animals in the region may find life very difficult. They will have to swim a long way to find food, so some species, like the polar bear, for example, might become very rare. Obviously, this is the last one. What can we do about this? Well, the first thing we can do is take the problem seriously. We should let our politicians know that we are worried. So, if we pay attention to this, we are dealing with this structure. Do you remember yesterday's class? We started working with may and might. So we're going to listen to the sentences and I want you to repeat them in your house, please. Repeat them.
Student's book, page 97. 2. Listen and say the sentences.
The ice may melt.
The ice might melt.
Polar bears may not find enough food.
Polar bears might not find enough food.
The summers in the Arctic may get longer.
The summers in the Arctic might get longer.
If we pay attention, they are exactly the same sentences. The ice may melt is a synonym of the ice might melt. Again, there is no difference in meaning. That's why polar bears may not find enough food. Polar bears might not find enough food. The summers in the Arctic may get longer. The summers in the Arctic might get longer. Let's pay attention to the conversation here between the scientists and the interviewer. Can you find some examples of may and might here? What might happen? The ice may melt. Next one is might become very rare. In the region may find life very difficult. And all of these talk about probability. It's something that it's quite probable and we can stop them if we stop polluting our environment and we force the countries' governments to make laws against illegal hunting and usage of things such as plastic and other pollutants of the environment. Let's continue practicing with may and might. Let's do it now in the workbook. Let's open our workbook at pages 97. The first exercise says think. Put the lines in order. Okay, so pause the video and please do it. Okay, so this should be the order of the sentences here in the book. Let's stop reading them. Number 1. If the world gets warmer, a lot of ice in the Arctic may melt. The seals might be much further out on ice floes, so the polar bears might have to swim much longer distances. They might be tired when they come back to the coast, and they might not be strong enough to hunt every day. Because of this, many of them might die. That's a horrible truth, but sadly, it's true. So please check that you have the correct numbers here in your answers and correct if necessary. Moving on to the second exercise, it says, rewrite the sentences with may. Let's pay attention to the example. Perhaps. What is perhaps? Perhaps is a synonym of maybe. So here we have, perhaps Lucy is at home now, or maybe Lucy's at home now. We're going to change it with may or might. Remember, they are synonyms, so you can use either of them. Lucy may be at home now. Can you see it? So we use the subject, our may or might, and we are using the same verb. But what is the verb here? The verb is Lucy is, because it's Lucy's. So Lucy is at home now. And the normal form, the stem form of the verb, it's be. We cannot say Lucy may is. No, the correct form is Lucy may be at home now. So let's pay attention to our verbs. Here we have by. Here we have is again. It, but in negative. Now be. And want, but in negative form. Let's read all of the sentences so we can understand it. Perhaps Mom will buy a new car. We start with the subjects. Perhaps Jack's angry. Now, perhaps Ellie doesn't eat spinach. Perhaps it'll be very cold tomorrow. 6. Perhaps Peter won't want to go. So, please let's do this and we'll check it in a few moments. Right now, pause the video and answer it. So, here are the answers suggested by the book. Let's read them. Mom may buy a new car. Jack may be angry. Ella may not eat spinach. It may be very cold tomorrow. Peter may not want to go. All of these sentences could have a synonym with the opposite, either may or might. For example, let's write this one. Mom might buy a new car. And that would be correct too. There is no difference in meaning. Now let's continue with the one of Jack. This could be Jack might be angry. The one of Ella. Ella might not, but remember that might not can be also shortened with mightn't. Mightn't eat spinach. Next one. It might be very cold tomorrow. And the one of Peter, well, I don't have much space, so I'm going to write it here. Peter might not or mightn't want to go. Okay, these are the options. Please make sure to write the corrections in case you have to write any. Now let's move on to the next exercise. For the next exercise, it says, look at the pictures where Jack is dreaming about the future. Write sentences with may or might and the verbs from the box. Our verbs are going to be win, invite, see, get, be, and ask. Ask is our example. Pay attention. Mr. Hay might ask me to join the team. All of these things could be different from one person to another. Please pause the video right now and use these verbs to write sentences about the future of Jack. These are the suggested answers of the book. But then again, remember, you may have something different, and that's okay. This one was the example. Let's move on to the second one. It says, our team might win the under 12 final. Again, if you put something similar, it's okay. Like our team may win the cup, our team may win the match, or might win the match. Number 3, we might get a medal. That's also good, or we might get medals, it's fine, or we may get medals. 4, there may be a party, or there might be a party. Jess might see me at the party, or Jess might fall in love with me at the party. All of those are possibilities and they're quite valid. Next, Jess may ask me to dance. Again, Jess may ask me to dance or might ask me to dance, or Jess may dance with me or might dance with me. Again, there are lots of possibilities which could be fine. Later on, when we have our conversation via Zoom, I'm going to ask all of you if you had any different ideas. Let's share our ideas together so we can see what your other friends think about this exercise. Last but not least, remember that we'll see each other via Zoom. There's a PDF file which you need to answer and solve in your English notebook. Remember, you can print it and paste it, and make sure that you have these pages answered. And I'll see you in a few minutes. That's all for today's class. Bye!